Hey y'all, Unbreakable here. Still sick. But life goes on, right? So I went online, I went live earlier this week and did a coffee with Unbreakable. And I wanted to do another one, coffee with Unbreakable. And when I did coffee with Unbreakable earlier this week, first let me tell y'all, Unbreakable and Uplifting was born as a need in my healing journey. God help me if I have to keep blowing my nose. So sick. But this is real. Unbreakable and Uplifting was born out of need for my healing journey. I started the page undercover so that the monster and all of the flying monkeys couldn't see that it was me who was running the page. And initially it was just collecting quotes that I saw, and it was quotes on stuff that were powerful to me, that resonated with me, that I needed to hear, that I knew I needed to hear or process or, think about, or words that were like encouraging to me and reminding me that I was not alone and I'm not going crazy and what I went through is not unique and a one-off. Sorry for the sniffling, guys. I'm really sick. And Unbreakable and Uplifting manifested into what it is today organically because it really showed me and everyone else here that we're not alone, right? What we've gone through, our stories, I've said this before, our stories may have different twists and turns. Our stories may have different, different angles and things such as that. But at the end of the day, our stories are all so similar. And so Unbreakable and Uplifting turned into what it is. And when I did coffee with Unbreakable earlier this week, there was a comment on there. And I took that comment and I posted it on an Ask the Audience comment. And somebody said that I am a real effing downer. Now, why am I bringing this up? The responses that I got when I posted that as an Ask the Audience post were amazing. Y'all are freaking amazing, right? But let me tell you first and foremost, I am not fazed by that comment. Didn't bother me. But those types of things used to. What people thought of me. Did people like me? Those things used to matter. Like they were huge in my world. Like it mattered what someone thought about me. It mattered what they were saying about me. It mattered if they liked me or if they didn't like me. It used to matter to me. It doesn't matter anymore. And I think that is just a testament to myself on how far I've come in my healing. I can remember my mother was my first abuser. And this one saying that she used to say, I was the only girl out of 5 kids. And she used to tell me, that's not ladylike. You need to act ladylike. And I look back on that now and it's like, what does that mean? I don't get what that means. I'm a lady. I do my hair sometimes, do my makeup sometimes, I dress cute sometimes. Sometimes I'm a jeans and a t-shirt. I'm a definite hoodie girl. I love hoodies. But what does act ladylike mean? And it kind of hit me this morning. Being raised with that phrase constantly in my ear, you need to act ladylike. That's not ladylike. It was just part of the toxicity of you need to care about what everyone else thinks and you need to put on your mask and pretend like everything's perfect and beautiful in your world. What will people think? What will people say? Holy cow. People pleasing. That's where that came from. Basing my identity and my self-worth on the opinions of others. That's where that came from at a very young age. And so the comment on my Coffee with Unbreakable earlier this week that you are a real effing downer, it was just how I viewed that. Again, it didn't bother me. I don't freaking care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. But it really reminded me just how much we base our identity and our worth and our value on the opinions of others. Done it myself. And I think in our healing journey, once we get past that feeling of like, oh God, what will they think of me? What will they say? Oh my gosh, do they like me? Are they talking about me? Oh my gosh, I can remember in years past always being worried that people were talking about me. I wasted so much time in my life being concerned about the opinions of others. And it did damage to me. Like that damages us. That harms our self-esteem, that harms our self-worth. And, we question our own identity and we question our value and we think we're not good enough. And all of that, all the way back to my childhood from my first abuser of my mother telling me, you need to act ladylike. That's not ladylike. Wow. So again, Unbreakable and Uplifting is here for everyone, but Unbreakable and Uplifting is here for me. Like, this is my healing journey. Everything that you go back on this page, like, this is still for me. I'm 6 years out. That don't mean for a lot of us, right? 6 years out, yeah, I've come so far. I am not the same person that I was when I first got out. Yes, I have accomplished so much and I have healed so much and I have addressed and taken ownership and found some value and found some self-worth, but I'm still healing. And so if I come on here and I am my real, raw, open, authentic self, it's because I'm practicing my healing. And if that bothers someone, that's a them problem, not a me problem. I wanted to share that with y'all this morning. This is Coffee with Unbreakable, which means I am actually live and online right now. And I'm here to interact with any comments. So if you want to chat, comment. I will read your comments and we will chat. I have my coffee. I was just looking at my coffee cups recently. It's like, I need more coffee cups. So this one is South Padre Island, Texas. Anytime I travel, I try to get a coffee cup from wherever it is that I went to. And I was making my coffee this morning, realizing I don't have a coffee cup from here or here or here or here. Like all these places that I've traveled, I don't have my coffee cups from them. Or I did, and they got broken. What are you struggling with? What is something that just plays over and over and over and over and over again in your head every day? What is something that in your journey you are just beating yourself up over? What is something that you just can't get out of your head? Or what is something that is causing you such guilt or shame in your healing? Because we don't have anything to be ashamed of in our healing. Where did yours start? Where did your trauma and abuse start? Mine was childhood. Mine started with the people who were supposed to protect me the most. That's where mine started. And when you're raised that way, I think I talked about it recently, when you're raised that way and you only speak that language, like that's all you know, it's inevitable that you're going to get involved in a relationship with a toxic person. It's inevitable. It's what's comfortable, right? I've said it before. I've been married twice to both two abusers. The first one severely physically abusive, 3 concussions. The second one, not so physical. And both of them got me hook, line, and sinker with that love bombing. Ooh, they were giving me attention and affection and love and care and concern. Things that I had never had, things that I had never experienced. So heck yeah, I'm fish on a line. I got sucked in. We do. We get sucked in. Woo. And we're naive. By no fault of our own. We're naive to it. I was naive to the love bombing. It's hard to talk when your nose is so stuffy. I was naive to it. I thought it was real. Isn't it crazy how we think it's real when it first comes? We don't know any better. They see that need within us and they try to fulfill it, albeit toxic, but they try to find those needs within us to fulfill them so that we get hooked, so that we get reeled in, right? Cassidy talked about the other day on our live how, her partner was just feeding her these things. Oh my gosh, you're the best. Oh my gosh, only you understand me. No one has ever understood me in the past. And everyone has always left. And it is so textbook, but we fall for it. Again, by no fault of our own. We don't get it. We don't understand it. We are naive to it. We are these loving, caring individuals who want to believe in the good in everybody. And we fall for it. And oftentimes it's because of those hurts and wounds that we carry ourselves. The monster, most recent abuser, the one that I got out of six years ago, the monster told me everybody leaves. And he was trying to get me pregnant so that I couldn't leave him. And no, Joe, you're going to get blocked when I'm done. Go ahead, keep trying. Somebody's trying to scam in the comments, y'all. I didn't want someone else, the abuser, to feel the pain that I had felt all my life, right? Everybody leaves me. Everybody always lies to me. Everybody's always mean to me. All of this BS that they feed us. And we know what all of that feels like. God forbid we would want to inflict that upon anyone else, right? So we try harder. I'm going to love them harder. I'm going to make sure that I never leave. I'm going to make sure that I'm there and I meet every need that they have. And I show them that I'm the best thing in the world and I can love them like no one else has ever loved them. Fish. And that's how we get sucked in innocently. We get sucked in innocently because we're leading with our hearts, because we're leading from a place of pain, because we're leading from a place of, I know that feeling, and I don't want you to feel that from me. We're leading innocently in these relationships. So if we went into these relationships innocently with love and compassion and care and wanting to just be there and support and uplift and encourage, like these are all how we went into these relationships, right? Across the board, that's consistent across the board. If that's how we went into these relationships, what shame can we have? What shame belongs to us? I went into my most recent marriage with the monster innocently, wanting to share my love and my care and my compassion with someone who I could see had never experienced something like that. Oh, he sure as you know what told me my ex-wife did it. Oh, well, I'm not going to be that one. That's not me. I'm not going to be that one. I'm not her. We go in innocently and we do our best to fix them, to help them, to be there for them, to support them, to uplift them, to love them like they've never been loved. So, how is it that we carry so much shame for doing something out of the kindness of our heart and it being taken advantage of? I get it. I carried shame for a lot of years. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? If I had just done this, if I had just said that, maybe if I tried this, maybe if I tried that, did I try everything? Was everything my fault? We don't have shame in this game. We've got no shame in this game of toxic relationships and abusive relationships. We got no shame in that game. It doesn't belong to us. Because we were the truest definition of a victim. Erica said, I've been married almost 11 years and just now finding out my husband was living a double life outside of our home. I have no shame. Girl, you have no shame. Zero. You're at home taking care of the household, taking care of the kids if you've got them, taking care of the spouse, the partner, whoever it is. We have no shame. You didn't do anything to cause him going out and having this double life. You have no shame, girl. Good for you for saying that. Good for you for making that statement. We have no shame. Oh, girl, 6 kids? Whoo! You have zero shame. Erica's got 6 kids and just found out that her husband was living a double life. Girl, I commend you. I commend you. Not only are you, have you been trying to take care of yourself and heal and figure things out for yourself and your self-esteem if there's issues, your value if there's issues, but you're taking care of a freaking half a dozen plus one, that big child, right? That's all they are. Girl, I commend you. I commend you. You hold on to that. And Erica, when you're having those moments where you're just, because it's going to happen, when you're having those moments where you are just breaking down and you're depressed or you're sad or you're angry or whatever it is, you remind yourself, I have no shame in this. This is not my part. This all belongs to them. In the healing journey, somebody commented on a post recently because I posted about the angry stage, and they said, all I feel is sadness. It's been this many years and all I feel is sadness. Is there something wrong with me? Hell no. There's nothing wrong with you. Healing is not linear. It is not this straight line. It is not A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It doesn't follow the alphabet or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does not follow anything chronologically. It's all over the place. It can go 1, then it can go 5, then it could go back to 1, then it can go 3, then it can go 2, then it can go 7, then it could go 9. It's all over the place. So Erica, you're going to experience this. You're going to be all over the place, lovey. And let yourself be. Let yourself experience and feel every bit of this that you need to feel. But I will tell you the angry stage, which is something I've been in for quite some time. Not so much angry anymore, but like I love that stage. It is a process. It is a long process, sweetie. I love the angry stage. These are just my opinions. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with them. I love the angry stage. Because the angry stage is what has saved my life. The angry stage is what has prevented me from going back. The angry stage is what has given me the strength to remain no contact. The angry stage is what has kept me going. I'm not going to be in the angry stage forever, and that's okay. It's okay that I'm here for as long as I am. That's okay. I'm not going to bring shame upon myself or judge myself because Unbreakable, you've been in the angry stage for a couple of years now. Hell yeah, I have. And I have every right to be exactly where I am in my healing journey. And I don't give a flying, you know what anybody thinks about it. You be in whatever stage you need to be in, Erica, to get through this and to heal. You are entitled to every emotion that you process through. Who else is here? Y'all comment. I'm interacting right now. And I'm sick, but it's coffee with Unbreakable and it's real and I'm sick. I swear I was going to put a post up this morning like, okay, what are your home remedies for a cold and the flu? Because nothing that I'm doing is working. Excuse me. Sorry. I got 1.6 million followers. Somebody's got to have the answer on how I can get better. It's other people who have it worse. So, who's here? Who's here right now? Who's interacting? Who's having coffee with Unbreakable? Erica said yes when I get reminded of what's been going on. Hold on, honey. Yes, when I get reminded of what's been going on, then that makes me want to push even harder to not turn back. Girl, that's right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Erica. Girl, I'm so proud of you. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Beyond the Picket Fence with Sue says you're amazing. Thank you, sweetheart. Beyond the Picket Fence with Sue. Sue, are you an author? If you are an author, reach out to me. I did a post, I think it was yesterday, and calling all authors, poets, anything. We want to help promote your business. We want to help promote the awareness of your writings, I had somebody reach out, they're an artist and they've documented their healing journey in art. It's like, reach out to me. I'm not charging a damn thing for it. I don't want any money. I don't want any money. I want everyone's voices to be heard. So there are people out there who you guys saw earlier Wednesday, I think. I'm 55 now. Y'all, I'm 55 now. I can't remember, you know what. Thank you, Christine. Welcome. First time watching. Thank you, sweetheart. Um, Christine, I'm old and you just made me, it's not your fault, but I just lost my train of thought because I was saying welcome to, oh, Beyond the Big Fence with Sue. There it is. So I posted recently about, hey, calling all authors, and um, I want to spread the awareness. Like, I want people's voices to be heard. So we had a live recently with Cassidy. And I know there's so many people on this page who are not ready to share their story, and that's okay. And maybe they never will be, you know, wanting to be in the public like this, like up front, here's Unbreakable's face, like this is me. Like, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. I'm just really vocal. But I want I want people to be recognized for their accomplishments. I want survivors to be recognized. So yeah, I'm collecting uh, contacts from followers to help them promote their work. I posted one last night. The profile page on that one is See You Later. See ya later, see you later. I can't remember. You have to go look. But I created a video for her last night, and it's her reading from her book. And I created the video for her because so many of us have such powerful messages, right? So many of us have such powerful stories that the world needs to hear. I talk about it all the time. And Christine, I invite you to go back and review the page, review my videos, but I talk about it all the time. For us survivors, when we get out, we feel alone and we feel crazy. That's how I felt. There's no way that what I just went through is abuse. That's not abuse. My first marriage was abuse because he gave me 3 concussions. My second marriage, that wasn't abuse. He never gave me a concussion. He never really hit me. It can't be abuse. It's not abuse. There's just something wrong with you. This is me having this negative self-talk, right? Telling me that our marriage broke up because of what I said. What did I say? Good morning, Purity. What did I say? The monster never told me what I said. It was a lie. But they want us to believe that we hold shame, that was everything was our fault, and there's something else we could have done to keep that relationship. So we get out, right? Purity is abuse. You're right. Erica, yep, it's all abuse. We get out, hey Kelly, and we think, golly, you know, the internet and algorithms are a emmer effer, right? Technology nowadays, dude, I'm 55. Like, I'm older than the internet, okay? So technology today still amazes me. But, you know, you start Google searching um situations that you're going through. Okay, first red flag. But you start Google searching situations that you're going through and how to fix them and how to save your relationship, how to save your marriage. And Charity, I'm gonna come back to that comment in a second, sweetheart. And the algorithms, when I was first getting out, started sending me all of these online workshops, online books, hard copy books that I could buy. And I can't tell you how many hundreds and hundreds of dollars I spent thinking still that everything was my fault. And I spent money on all of it. And it was all a joke. But I didn't understand that because, again, I didn't know that what I was going through was abuse. I believed what the abuser told me. Everything is your fault. Purity, I want to stop right now and address this. Y'all, let's give Purity some love. Purity said he yelled at me last night in the liquor store, cursed at me. He threw a pitcher of beer on me at the bowling alley last month. Sweetheart. Please nobody tell her she needs to get out. Please nobody tell her just leave. Please, nobody tell her she's doing anything wrong. Purity, you're going to get to a point, my love, where you're just going to be like, enough is enough. And then he tells me he loves me and expects me to believe that. It's abuse. It is abuse, Purity. Every bit of that is abuse. People don't think of that. Okay, Purity, I'm going to use your comments here. Let me get rearranged here. I'm uncomfortable. Purity said, he yelled at me last night in the liquor store, cursed at me. That's abuse. That kind of Purity, I didn't understand was abuse when I was still in it. He threw a pitcher of beer on me at the bowling alley last month. That's abuse. And Purity, I see you know these things, sweetheart. I'm not trying to call you out. I want to support you right now. But so many people out there, Purity, like we don't get it when we're in the middle of it. But they didn't hit me. They didn't put their hands on me. The monster used to take out his pew-pews. Pew-pews? Those? Yeah. He used to take out his pew-pews and cock them at me. Oh, God, that sound. That sound. He used to cock them at me. And then smirk, that look. Remember that look? Oh, that look. I didn't know that was abuse. I didn't know. Purity said it's familiar. My mom abused me. Yep, sweetheart, I get it. I get it. If you get a chance, go back and watch once this drops on the feed completely. Go back and replay, because I was talking about that in the very beginning, that my first abuser was my mother, and how she used to always say, act ladylike. That's not ladylike. Oh my God. I don't have a relationship with her today, and I am just fine with that. We don't recognize, Purity, just how familiar it is, and how we get caught in these relationships believing it's something that it's not. And that's no fault. That's not shame. That's not guilt. That's not we did anything wrong. We see the good in people. We want to be that good in their life. But it's a cycle. It's a cycle, Purity. And I hope and I pray, sweetheart, that you get to a point where you're ready to be like, I deserve better than this. Now, whether you stay or whether you go, that's not what I'm saying. Nobody tell her to just go. Purity, you're going to get to a point where you're going to be like, this is not okay, and I deserve more than this. My heart goes out to you, my sweetheart. Christine, hi, Christine. I was married to a severe narcissist. He was mentally and physically abusive. After 10 years, I finally had the courage to leave. It affects your self-esteem. Oh, honey, it does. Congratulations, sweetheart, on getting out. Happy birthday. Purity. Let me continue talking to Christine, Purity, but my heart is with you, sweetheart, on what you just commented. Christine, it takes a long time. I get it. Girl, I was with mine for 15 years. And my story is no better and no worse than yours. But sweetheart, once you find that courage, Christine, everybody thinks, Christine, tell me how you feel about this. Everybody thinks, not everybody, let me not make grand, broad generalizations. So many people think that when you get out of an abusive relationship, it's all better now, all better now, right? Right? There's a gentleman that follows me, and he and I have kind of become friends behind the scenes a little bit. You know, we check on each other. Real great guy. He's a survivor as well. And he commented on a post the other day, and he said, wow, I forget how many people want victims and survivors to just sit down and be quiet. Okay, we get it. You went through this. Okay, all right. Why are you still in victim mode? Can you read between the lines? Read between the lines. You know what that means. Facebook would ban me if I did it. People don't have a concept. So many people don't have an understanding of what trauma does to you. So many people don't have an understanding that when you do get out, you're not just magically all better. My life is perfect. No, do you understand the damage that it does on us, right, Christine? The damage. Oh, God, the lifelong damage that it causes us. Girl, I'm proud of you. Erica, I grew up seeing it with my mom and stepdad. Yes, sweetheart, it's familiar. It's what we know. Purity, he said, your mom committed suicide when I was 19. I'm ready to go. I hate him. I went back several times. I'm allowing myself to get totally sick of it this time. Sweetie, and you know what? If you don't get totally sick of it, that's okay. If you decide like I'm done, like I it's gonna be hard. And you've seen it, you've gone back. On average, victims of abuse go back 7 times. 7. There's a video on my feed somewhere. It talks about 7. The number of times that a victim goes back to an abusive relationship. Sweetie, do not beat yourself up. 7. 7. I divorced him, changed my name, and went back. He's worse. It attacks our nervous system. You're right, sweetheart. You're right, Purity. I met my most recent abuser July of 2004. I had my son, my son. I had my son November of 2005, and my son was a miracle baby. I had been told many years before I couldn't have anymore, and my son and I both almost died. Yeah, 7 times purity. But then we didn't get married until December of 09. And then we got divorced October of 2019. We were together 15 years. And if I sat down and tried to remember how many times I went back, it was more than 7. It was a heck of a lot more than 7. And you know what? I have no shame over that. It wasn't my fault. It still wasn't my fault. Well, you went back. It must not have been that bad. Read between the lines, first of all. It can't be true if you went back, but you went back. Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. Victims of kidnapping, war, POWs, all of that, they become attached to their captors. They become empathetic to their captors. Even though their captors are terrorizing them, they become attached to them. Especially when it's long periods of time, like, okay, this is the person that's feeding me, this is the person that is providing me what I need. And so with Stockholm syndrome, you become attached to the captor, or in our case, the abuser. It's scientifically proven. It's very long ago, it was scientifically proven, and it still holds true today. People don't understand the mind F that abuse does to us. They don't get it. So when we get out, we're just not magically all better, all better, all better. No, they don't get it. So when I started this live, I'm going to go back to what I was talking about. When I did Coffee with Unbreakable earlier this week, And someone came on there and said that I'm a total effing downer. And I posted it as an ask the audience question. I'm not going to apologize for my healing. I'm not going to apologize for what I have to go through to be better the next day and the next and the next and the next. I'm not going to apologize. If my healing makes you uncomfortable, go somewhere else, because you're not my people. These people, all of y'all who are in my comments right now, you're my people. We are each other's people. Let me go on this one. Hold on. Melissa said, I've been in abusive relationships my whole life. Now I'm stuck with someone that was good guy. I thought I was not in therapy then. Now I see all the red flags before he started drinking heavily and being mentally, verbally, and physical. It's his home, been here 18 years, have nowhere to go live, on waiting list for housing for 3 years, and the DV organization can only house me for 30 days. Then I have to find my own housing. I'm stuck. I'm on SSI disability. I can't even afford to rent a room. Never mind what, sweetheart? Never mind what? Don't dismiss yourself. I hope that never mind. I'm not being curt by any means. I hope that never mind that you wrote is you dismissing yourself on like, oh, I'm whining. No, BS. Girl, you vent all you need to. If you go out to my website, there's a resources tab, Melissa. There's a resources tab, and there's the two that I love the most. Give me a second, I'm old. There's two resources that I love the most. First one is Speak Your Truth, and I have their link on my website, Melissa. The other one is freefrom.org. Free, FREE, from FROM, all together. Freefrom.org. Freefrom.org provides grants to people who are trying to get out. I don't know what their stipulations are. I don't know what the requirements are. I don't know how easy or how difficult it is to apply and receive some type of grant. But damn it, keep trying. Keep trying, Melissa. Keep trying, Lovey. Yeah, purity, Stockholm Syndrome. Go back and look. Erica, I've gone back 3 times. It always seems great at first, but then it switches. Oh, I see, Melissa. I can't afford a room. Never mind a room for rent. Okay, sweetie, I see what you're saying. Melissa, go check my website. And then Speak Your Truth. As I said, that link is out on my website, unbreakableanduplifting.com. Speak Your Truth also has a humongous list of other resources as well. The young lady that started Speak Your Truth, her name is Hannah Hollander. Hannah Hollander. That's not her name now. She got married to an amazing man. Hannah shared her story online years ago, and I came across it, and it was like, OMG. OMG. Melissa, I had 3 DV violence charges on him, and judge gave him an ordinance charge, which is a non-criminal charge and a $500 fine. Oh, sweetie, my heart goes out to you. And if I get started on all of our legal systems, no matter where in the world we are, I'd lose my mind. But what I can tell you is it's not until all of us continue to speak up and speak out that anything is going to change. There is, I think I have another organization on my resource page, and it's based in the UK. So yes, Purity, that's her name. Hold on, let me go back. Melissa. Holly. Holly. I can't think of Holly's last name, Melissa, but I believe it's on my website and it's Holly's story. Holly's family was featured on a Netflix documentary not too long ago. Um, and that's posted somewhere on my page. Again, I'm 55 and I'm old and I can't remember if it was more than 5 minutes ago. But I believe I've got Holly's nonprofit organization also posted under my resources tab. Check that. There's more out there, Melissa, and I know it's hard to find them, but there's more organizations out there that are not state specific, county specific, country specific. Like there's other organizations out there that do provide help to people who are trying to get out. So, sweetheart, please keep looking. Okay, keep looking. Christine. No, it doesn't get better when you get out of the relationship. You are right. The damage doesn't just go away. I kept on thinking things were going to get better, but then I finally realized that no matter what I did, it wasn't going to be better. I had a daughter with him, and we had to leave in order to survive. I just take it day by day. It's getting better, but I'm not totally better yet. Sweetie, you'll never be totally better, Christine. And that's okay. That's okay. People, I get comments often. So sick. I get comments often from people saying, I can't wait to get where you're at, Unbreakable. I can't wait to get where you're at in my healing. Y'all, I come on here and I tell you, I'm still healing. I still have these days. I still do. You're never going to be totally better. And that's something it's hard to accept, but that's something that's true. We're never going to be totally and completely better. There is no finish line, there's no end point. All you need to focus on, Christine, is are you better than you were the day before? That's it. Baby steps. Give yourself that compassion and that grace to be like, damn, I am better than I was yesterday. Even if it's something that you consider or see or other people think is only this big. I made my coffee. It doesn't trigger me to make my coffee anymore because I used to get yelled at on how I make my coffee. I swear I'm going to do a series on the most ridiculous things that we got yelled at for. That's progress. It sounds so stupid to some, but I know us here in this community, like we get it, right? Like I am not triggered anymore when I make my coffee every morning. I'm not. I used to be. It's little bit by little bit, Christine. Celebrate the small wins. Purity said there's a woman named Melanie Tanya Evans who has a couple of workbooks on how to do, on how, hold on. There's a woman named Melanie Tanya Evans who has a couple of workbooks on how to do no contact and living your best life. Google her name and you will find her website and look her up on YouTube. Thank you, Purity. Crystal, are you the same lady who was upset that her kid was given a Bible in school? Crystal, I don't know who you're talking to. I don't know who you're directing that question to, my dear, but that's not part of my story. Christine, thank you for your advice. It's really helping. You're welcome, sweetheart. We got to stick together, y'all. We got to keep speaking up. We got to keep speaking up. We got to keep speaking up in whatever way that we can. I'm not saying every single one of us need to be big and boisterous and loud like Unbreakable is. But we got to keep speaking up. You want to know a secret? I was at work recently and I'm in management and we had a department meeting and I was leading everything and it was actually a team building event. And I said, y'all want to know a secret? They're like, what? I'm like, I'm really, really quiet in real life. I really am. I know it's hard to believe, but hold on, let me go back. Melissa, I've tried every resource here in New Jersey, and housing resources are hard to get right now. I'm doing DV therapy, good, sweetie, through my local DV organization, and my abuser don't like the me now. I used to be very dependent on him, and react to all his abusive words. Now I just dismiss him and don't react. He wants me to not be stronger. I'm struggling because I'm old and I actually need my cheater. I hate wearing them. There it is. I just dismiss him and don't react. He wants me to not be stronger. I'm not giving up. I'm going to get my GED and then continue on to be certified as a peer recovery specialist. And my abuser is beating me down 24/7 with verbal abuse. He doesn't want me to be in. I think your comment continue. Girl, keep going. Melissa, whew, you're doing you, girl. And I know it's hard. I get it. I get it. I can't tell you that I know exactly what you're going through. I can't. I don't know your story. I'm not there. But what I can tell you is I get it. I understand. I can relate. Whew. Near the end of the relationship, and I know this is really part of why the relationship ended. I didn't end the relationship. The monster cheated and then announced that he wanted a divorce. But I know that that door would not have been opened were it not for the fact that I started saying, nobody has a right to mistreat me. I stopped reacting to a lot. I stopped getting upset over a lot. Like, it's like, I'm not going to let this phase me. Like, I'm going to walk away, dude. I'm not going to engage with you. And because he realized that he was losing control, well, heck, I got to go find a new victim. So, yeah, the abuser left me. But through my strength and my efforts, I initiated it. And Melissa, I'm not saying, hope for that he'll leave. All you need to focus on is taking care of yourself. And that's all I was focusing on, was taking care of myself. And they don't like that. I think I'm going to sneeze. Thank you all for tolerating the fact that I'm so sick right now. Let's go to comments. Purity, I want to leave, but I need help as well. Sweetie, go, 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 go. Check out resources. I let him put me in a horrible position. I was living on top of the world before I took him back. I know, sweetheart. Purity, stop beating yourself up. Girl, come on. Girl, guy, whatever you are. I don't care. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. That is part of how they keep us addicted, because we feel shame. We feel embarrassed. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, sweetheart. I know. I get it. You were living on top of the world before you took him back. Okay. There's no shame in that. Stop beating yourself up emotionally. Please. You can get back to where you were and even better once you're ready. Purity, he left you. That's awesome. Yeah. You want to hear something funny? I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Karma comes a calling, and normally it has nothing to do with us. So the monster had a girlfriend in high school, and his girlfriend in high school told him that she was pregnant. They were pregnant. So he was there supporting her. The baby was born. He named him. He was financially supporting them both. And apparently, so the story goes, his mom told him, hey, you need to get a DNA test. And so he went and he got a DNA test and found out that it wasn't his kid. Guess who he cheated on me with and ended up marrying? The high school girlfriend. Oh God. And when my son was younger and still having to go over there for visitation, I would hear them screaming at each other. And it's like, dude, you moved on up in the world, didn't ya? Yeah. And my son would come home after visitation every time, and he would just have to verbally vomit everything and just to process everything. And I can't tell you how many times he told me that she was threatening divorce. She was threatening divorce because she was finally seeing and experiencing everything that I went through. It's not funny for her. My heart goes out to her. But karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. And I had nothing to do with that. But I'll tell you what, I celebrate it. I celebrate that karma. And my therapist said that that's okay. I can celebrate their misery because that's all they deserve. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. Let's see. Hold on, Georgia. Hey, sweetheart. Hold on. Wait, there was a comment. Melissa, your page has gotten me into therapy. From there, I started not being afraid to call police, but he will evict me if I call cops again. That's why I'm doing getting certified to be peer specialist so I can afford to get out, so I can stand on my own 2 feet. My sisters keep telling me I should have done this years ago, whatever. But when you've been abused almost your whole life, and now I'm 57 years old, and through doing therapy, it took me 12 years out of this 18-year relationship to get where I'm stronger now. Sweetie, God, give yourself props for that. Give yourself props for that. I'm 55. Georgia, you need to be determined to be transformed and do the work in yourself. To heal and rebuild yourself takes time. You are worthy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Comments. They're jumping. Georgia, you are worthy. And the longer you are away from the abuser, the clearer you see. You need to learn that you are valuable and set a boundary. It takes practice, but eventually you learn by practicing it daily. Georgia's got it right. Georgia's got it completely right. But it's hard. Girl, it sounds like you and I can both attest to how hard that is, Georgia. It's hard. Oh, healing is hard. I'm the first to say it. Healing sucks. But with consistency and time, it gets better. It gets easier. Coffee. Christine, my ex-abuser, got married again after me, and now she's divorcing him. Karma. I feel sorry for her. I've become friends with her, and we're helping each other right now. He ended up doing the same thing to her that he did to me. Sweetie, it doesn't change. They don't change. How many? Who? Here we go. Hold on, Christine. Okay, hold on, all of y'all. How many of us, when they moved on to their next supply, I'm going to speak on behalf of what I went through. I am real, raw, open, and honest. I share my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows. I share my own toxic traits. How many of us, I did, when he married the new supply, when he got together with the new supply, married the new supply, how many of us went through this like sadness and depression, like, well, what does she have that I don't have? Or why is she better than me? But like, I know I'm better than her. Like, we started comparing ourselves to the new supply, right? It has nothing to do with the new supply. Christine, I commend you for becoming friends with the new supply. A lot of us haven't, can't, won't, couldn't, whatever, and all of that's fine. But Christine can attest to the fact that they don't change. When they have a new supply, everything's not magically better for them. They just magically open their eyes one day and be like, I'm going to be a decent human being. Girl, Christine, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Georgia, yes, stand firm. Today is a great day to get free. It is, sweetheart. Purity, you're 54. Go, girl. She's 54. Go, girl. 50s club. Georgia, you're a survivor. Good for you. Thank you, Georgia, for giving support to Melissa. Purity, you're glad you found this page. It just came to me out of nowhere. Sweetie, I don't know, this is just my thought process. I believe everything happens as it should, especially in situations like this. Like, it wasn't until, I was perusing Facebook one day and I found Hannah Hollander's story. And I don't know, maybe some people don't like that. I believe everything happens just as it should. Maybe divine timing, whatever you want to call it. It is a blessing when you find something that that you can relate to, and that you can feel like you're not alone, and you can feel like, holy crap, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not the only one. I thought I was the only one. We're not the only ones. Thank you, Purity. I'm glad you're here, sweetheart. And thank you for sharing. Christine, I actually felt sorry for her. I've come to realize that narcissists don't change. Girl, I feel you. I feel sorry for the new supply as well. And I recently got a voice message from her. She's blocked, so I found it a couple of days later. My husband, you need to stay away from my husband. Girl, I don't want your fucking husband. Facebook, don't ban me. I don't want your husband. I don't want anything to do with your husband. He hasn't changed. And why are you so insecure that you have to come and attack me? Like, he didn't tell you that he was trying to flirt with me. He didn't tell you that, did he? Oh, he's a keeper. 6 years out, 6 years later, girl, and he's trying to flirt with me and get with me. I feel sorry for her, but I can't help anybody that doesn't want to be helped. Georgia, I had to touch rock bottom and want to change and be transformed. Be a phoenix. I have a phoenix tattoo. Rise up in your full power. Discover you are powerful. Stop looking at them. Focus on you. She took the curse off you. It's a blessing. It's your freedom. Take it and run away. Georgia, I agree, but we all know how hard it is to do that. We all know how hard it is to break free. We all know how hard it is to not go back 7 times, 7 times, 7 times, 7 times. On average, abuse victims go back 7 times. We all know how hard it is. Melissa, when I hit my abuser locked up for a month, I felt bad or that something was wrong with me because I kissed him and was ashamed to feel that. But my therapist told me it is common feeling with DV victims. Did anyone else feel this way? That just triggered a memory, Melissa. My abuser inflicted marital rape on me. And that caused such severe damage that I had to have emergency surgery to repair it. And it was a couple of days after surgery, and we were taking our son up to a sleepaway camp, like an outdoorsy sleepaway camp, really cool. And on our way back, it was a couple-hour drive, and on our way back, he wanted to stop at his cousin's house. And so we stopped at his cousin's house, and I was very quiet, and I was moving very slow. Like, dude, I just literally had surgery, moving very slow. And his cousin kept asking, well, what's going on? You know, what kind of surgery? And the abuser, oh, just female stuff, just female stuff. And mind you, this is after I went to the doctors, and he's like, you didn't tell him what happened, did you? You didn't tell him what happened, did you? You better not effing tell him what happened. I didn't tell him what happened. I told him I don't know what happened. So I had emergency surgery to repair everything, and it was from marital rape. And some time went by. And I had already started seeing my therapist at that point. And some time went by, and I wanted intimacy from the abuser. And I was so disgusted. My grandbaby's texting me. I was so disgusted with myself because Unbreakable, he just ripped your insides. Let your imagination go. And the answer is yes. He just ripped your insides. You just healed from that. Your stitches are now gone. And you want to have intimate relations with him in the bedroom? Blowing your nose is normal. Like, he just committed marital rape on you. And now you want to have sex with him? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, Melissa, it's common. That was something that really took me a lot of time to process with my therapist. And it still comes up every now and again because I still feel every now and again, it's like, what was I thinking? Like, how could I be so stupid? What is wrong with me that he committed marital rape, ripped my insides open? I had to have emergency surgery to repair it, and now I want to have sex with him? What the F is wrong with you, Unbreakable? What the F is wrong with you, Unbreakable? You've got to be crazy in the head. Melissa, it's my therapist says it is completely normal. And I trust her with my life. Hell, she saved my life. I appreciate you bringing that up, Melissa, because that's something that we don't talk about enough. The guilt and the shame and the feelings of insanity on when we do go back and we want to be romantic with them or loving with them or, have relations with them. Like, oh yeah, it's a mind F. It's a mind F. Girl, you're not alone in that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Purity, I was the new supply. He left his first wife for me and told me she cheated on him. I know. I now, after 17 years, see why she cheated on him. Yeah, I got pretty much the same story. He didn't say she cheated. No. He did say he thought she was cheating on him. Oh, I forgot about that. Huh. Georgia, where'd you go, honey? I was divorced and my abuser still controlled me 6 years after the divorce and separation. And I was afraid to be seen in public with a new relationship. And it took me knowing another narcissist to break it 6 years after divorce. No, I realized how dumb that was of me. Sweetie, don't put yourself down. Don't put yourself down. That wasn't dumb of you. We didn't know any better. Oh Lord, you want to know who the worst abuser is in your life? Hands down, 100%, the worst abuser in your life is our own self. I'm the worst abuser in my life. I've been the most vicious to myself. I have been the most brutal. I have been the most hateful. We are our worst abusers. Stop saying you were dumb, Georgia. And I know that's hard. I don't I don't ever want anything that I say to be viewed as dismissive because I get it, sweetheart. But do your best to reframe those thought processes, talk it out with your therapist. You weren't dumb. You weren't dumb. You led with your heart. Purity, after this, I'm not going back ever again, sweetie. I am sending you lots of love. Georgia, we build trauma bonds with the abuser. We start to get lost. Whew, so lost. Y'all are just hitting me up here. Ida, hi, sweetie. Trauma bonds. Trauma bonds, which in my day was called Stockholm. Yes, I was living it for many years. We were talking about Stockholm Syndrome, Ida, a few minutes ago. Purity, I unconsciously chose him because he's similar to my alcoholic dad, who was functional, mine too, until he fell asleep in his car, drunk with the car running in the garage, died of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sweetie, that's trauma in and of itself. That's trauma in and of itself. But yes, we go to these abusers because it's familiar. Georgia, my abuser died, and at his funeral, his own cousin thanked me for leaving him. She told me That day, her sister-in-law was just M-word in Florida. Oh, sweetie, that's hard. That's hard. Purity says it's time for me to get my A word up and live my best life again. It is. It is. Y'all, every stage of these relationships is difficult. I get it. I get it. But please remember that you are not alone. And please remember that there's nothing wrong with you. You are not crazy. And whose comment was I just talking about? Oh, please. Whose comment was I just talking about? Hold on. Melissa. Melissa, will you reach out to me through messages? Once this drops on the page, there'll be a message feature. Reach out to me. I want to reread Melissa's message. When I hit my abuser, locked up for a month, I felt bad or that something was wrong with me because I kissed him and was ashamed to feel that. But my therapist told me it is a common feeling with DV victims. Did anyone else feel that way? Melissa, I would love to do. I think I'm going to do some videos on that. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Please feel free to reach out to me through messages. Any of y'all, always, please feel free to reach out to me through messages. I do read all of my messages. Um, mm. Again, I'm going to kind of go back to what I started with in the beginning of this live, is that I appreciate the compliments. I appreciate the gratitude. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the love and support that everyone on this page provides to me. But like, I do this for me too. Like, Melissa, I needed to hear that today because I had forgotten about that. There's so much that we carry around that may not pop up right away, may not come to the forefront, may not remember. But when it does, I think it's so important to give it space, to feel it in order to heal it. Because all of these things that we look down upon on ourselves, those stay with us. And so, Melissa, I thank you for bringing that up. I had forgotten all about that. But thank you for bringing that up. We have to feel it in order to heal it. Y'all, thank you for healing with me today. Thank you for processing with me today. Thank you for keeping me company while I am sick today. You are not crazy, and you are not alone. And whether you feel it this very moment or not, you are unbreakable. Y'all have a good day.